In this video, I'm going to create a track from start to finish, and one of our viewers wisely commented that limitation breeds creativity, and we really agree with that. So I'm going to limit myself to 1 hour, use only Logic Pro, this 2-octave keyboard controller, a Behringer Studio L interface, a Behringer BX 2020 microphone, and a pair of Kali LP8 monitors. And no, this isn't Flopcat, he's asleep on the desk. Let's get to it. If I'm going to write and record a track in an hour, I'm going to need some inspiration to start me off. So I popped on the news this morning whilst I was feeding Floppy, and it was awash with the British Prime Minister's spectacular speech to the CBI.
Peppa Pig?
Now, I'm not political at all, so this video has no political intention whatsoever, let's just make that clear. But I do write a lot of stupid music for this channel in my face, and his speech has inspired me to have a bit of fun and see what we can come up with. Let's set a timer for an hour and get cracking. The first thing I'm going to do is import Boris's entire speech and edit out the bits I want. I definitely want the part where he lost his place and couldn't get his notes in order, as there are some great groans and forgive me samples in there, so I definitely want that. I also want the car noises he made and plenty of Peppa Pig samples and some unicorns. Who doesn't love a nice unicorn? While I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the vibe I want for the song. And as I thought his speech was funky and a little bit stupid, that's the vibe I'm going for, so I'm going to want some funky drums. Now, I bought a pack of Clyde Stubblefield drum loops months ago, and I haven't used it yet, so what could be funkier than James Brown's drummer? I'm already 10 minutes in just editing Boris, so I'm going to go for the first loop set in the pack, and that's called OK, and it's 128 BPM. There's also a great sample of Clyde saying OK at the end of a take, so I think that will tie in nicely with Boris's
Forgive me. OK.
So let's kick it off with a Peppa Pig line and then get a drum loop or two in and try that.
Hands up anyone who's been to Peppa Pig world. Forgive me. Forgive me. Okay.
Great. It sounds a bit like, oh, what's that song called? Push It. Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper Pig. Perfect, it's coming together already. So I'm kind of liking that vibe, so I think it needs some kind of awful rap over it, and it's going to be awful because it's me doing it. So I'm going to do that, and I need to write some lyrics, and I'm really useless at writing lyrics. Let's see what falls out. Let's try this little mic and see how she sounds. Phantom on, give it some gain. 222. I haven't got a pop filter. Oh god. Headphones and a pop filter. I haven't got a pop filter anywhere. Well, I have, but I don't know that. In the absence of a pop filter, this will have to do. I'll just keep my P's and B's out the microphones like a good boy. Headphones, need some headphones. Don't know who I'm shouting to. Adam Audio have very kindly sent us a pair of Studio Pro SP5s. So I'm gonna, because they're closed back, I won't get any click in the microphone. Let's get them out and see what we got. Okay, which one's left? It's in Braille on the side. Oh, there we go. Don't know if you can see that. I barely can. We've got a black L on some black plastic, so that's left. Pop them on. Oh, blimey. Ooh. Oh, this is everything I hate about headphones. Initial impressions, not good. I haven't heard them yet, so I need to crack on. We'll do a headphone review later. 15 seconds later, and the fluffy head potato brain has moved up. 15 seconds later, and the fluffy head potato. This is really difficult. I can't do it fast enough. We're going to need text on the screen for this one. 15 seconds later, and the fluffy head potato brain has moved on past his paper plane and bubbled onto Seller's Peppa Pig. A full one motor. This is really difficult. We interrupt this video to bring you a mini headphone review. These make me feel like my head is in a bin, but they actually sound fantastic, which they should for, I think, about 500 quid. This is brilliant. For 40 quid, this is an amazing microphone. There you go, mini review. Right, Whose idea was this? We got some awful vocal rap thing, which I've double tracked, like doing it once wasn't hard enough. I need some instrumentation. I've got under half an hour left, and I've got to mix and master it on speakers I don't know. So let's quickly get a bass line down, and I'm going to use just the first bass sound that comes up in EXS24. Done. That'll do, let's record it. Now we need some kind of harmonic content, I feel, so I'm gonna try and find a synth or two. Now here's a handy tip for you. If you're in Logic Pro, like I am at the moment, rather than decide, well, do I want an Alchemy synth? Do I want one of the earlier ones? Do I want something out of EXS24? Rather than do that, a really, really easy way to find sounds really quickly is if you load up the Apple loops, select a section, so we'll go for synth. All the blue ones are audio and all the green ones are MIDI. If you just go through the MIDI, find a sound that you like and then drag the Apple loop into the arrange window, that will automatically give you that synth sound set up with effects and everything, and then you can just delete the Apple loop. Easy way to find sounds in Logic. Limitation doesn't breed creativity at all, it breeds panic. Right, I've got a synth part in. I'm onto the first half done. I'm onto the second half now. We've got Boris's unicorn bit, drums, different bass line. Have a listen to this.
Unicorns. But don't forget unicorns. Okay.
Etc. We got a good bit of ride action from Clyde going on there. I need a guitar part, so I'm just going to use an Apple loop. So I'll find that in a minute. And then I want to add, I need some backing vocals or something to do a little counter melody bit. And I can't sing for shit. I knew that before I started. So I'm going to use the vocoder. If you don't know what a vocoder is, I haven't got time to explain it to you now. Right, oh, wrong way. Right, I'm giving myself 8 minutes to get the vocoder part down and then 10 minutes to mix and master it. Let's go. Unicorns, 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 okay. Oh my God. Hopefully that'll sound all right without my vocal in it. That'll do. I've literally got 9 minutes left. Okay, drums. We're limited to the mix in the sample pack and I haven't got control over individual mics. There's a little bit of ringing which is clouding some of the other instruments in the mix. So I've got 3 EQs on the go here. The first is Logic standard channel EQ and is notching out some of the ring. The second is the API style vintage graphic EQ, which is giving us a little bit of extra kick at 63 Hertz and gently massaging the mids and highs. And the third is another channel EQ, which is only treating the side signal. Now that's focusing the higher end of the frequency spectrum of the kit a little more into the middle, and it's just taming some of the ride cymbal, which is mainly panned off to the left. So let's have a listen to the before and after. I think the before sounds better in isolation, but the after sits in the mix a lot better. So I'll solo the drums so you can hear what the EQs are doing, and then you can hear it in the mix later. I've also got a tiny bit of compression going on, mainly for flavour and just to thicken the sound of the drums a little bit. So let's have a listen to the before and after of that. Bass, there's nothing. I've layered 2 sounds, electric bass in the EXS24 and just a synth bass to give it a little more low end. And I've rolled off most of the top end on the bass. Everything above about 300 Hertz is pretty much gone because it just makes the synth parts stand out a little better. My vocal, I've double tracked it, and on the double track part I've put on Logic's vocal transformer and brought the pitch down by 2 and the formant down by 2 just to thicken it up, give it a little extra layer, and then I've got the whole thing going through a bit of compression, bit of EQ to lower off the roll end. bit of EQ to lower off the roll end, and a little bit of chorus. The guitar sample, I've got the guitar panned off to the right and then a little bit of delay on it, which is panned off to the left, and I've doubled the guitar part with a synth sound just to bring that little riff out a bit more. Mix, done. I've got 2 minutes left. What's more important, mastering or pig noises? Vote now. Pig noises. You're right. Epidemic sound. Here we come. Perfect. Okay. Mastering will consist of a graphic EQ and adaptive limiter. Kill baby. Hey, little puppy. Poor little puppy dog. Floppy's back. Hands off. Save. We're there. The end of time.
Hands up anyone who's been to Peppa Pig World. Forgive me. Forgive me. Okay.
Delivering a speech for the CBI, Boris had a stumble that would make you cry. Indeed it did, fired with laughter that is, rustling his papers like a bumbling prick.
Forgive me. Okay.
He was waving quite loud to an enchanted crowd who couldn't have foreseen and said the birthing of a meme, but they held their breaths as the PM progressed, rustling his papers like a man possessed.
Forgive me. Okay.
50 seconds later, and the fluffy-haired potato brain had moved on past his paper plane and bubbled onto the Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig World is very much my kind of place.
A former motoring journalist, it seems he couldn't quite resist to add unicorns to the list before treating us to a babaroo.
Unicorns. Okay. Unicorns. 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 But don't forget unicorns. Okay. Unicorns. 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 And what have we got? Unicorns. Okay. Who would have believed that a pig that looks like a hairdryer would now be exported to 180 countries? I think that is pure genius, don't you?